Feeling stuck, maybe even trapped in your job here in New Zealand? If you're a migrant worker, it can sometimes feel like you just don't have any options, but you do. And in this explainer, we're going to walk you through some really powerful protections that are in place specifically to help you.
So, if you're here on a work visa, doesn't matter what industry, could be construction, hospitality, you name it, then yeah, this is for you. You're in the right place. And, it's especially for you if something just feels off, right? Maybe it's more than just a gut feeling. Maybe your employer is actually threatening you, or you're not getting paid what you're owed, or maybe they're pushing you to break the rules of your visa. Look, if any of that sounds familiar, you really, really need to hear this. Yeah, it's a terrible feeling. Being trapped like that, it's awful. But I want to be really, really clear about something. That feeling, it's not the whole story. It's a situation for sure, but it's not a dead end. There are real, actual options available to you. And you absolutely 100% did not have to just suffer in silence. In fact, New Zealand has systems in place specifically designed to protect you. But here's the catch. They can only work if you take that brave first step and speak up. Okay, so what is this system? Well, it's a specific type of visa, and believe me, it's one of the most powerful tools you have in your corner. Let's dive in and break down exactly what it is and how it can protect you. All right, first things first, and this is the most important thing to get into your head. Your rights as a worker, they are not optional. They're not a suggestion. They are the law. An employer can't just decide to ignore them because you're from another country. That's not how it works. So here it is. It's called the Migrant Exploitation Protection Work Visa, or MEPWV for short. And honestly, it's a lifeline. Its whole reason for existing is to give you a safe and, really importantly, an immediate way out of a bad work situation without messing up your ability to stay in New Zealand. And this right here is what makes this visa such a game changer. You can leave your job immediately, like right away, no notice period. Then you can find a new, safe job with any employer in New Zealand to support yourself. And get this, it's completely free to apply. These aren't just minor details. They are literally designed to tear down every single barrier standing between you and your safety. Okay, so this sounds pretty powerful, right? The big question is, how do you get this protection? Well, there's a clear process, but you have to follow the steps in the right order. So let's talk about that essential first step. Okay, I need you to lean in and pay close attention here because this is the single most important part. It is not optional. Let me say that again. If you don't do this first, you cannot apply for the visa. It is literally the key that unlocks the whole thing. And here they are, the two critical steps. First, you have to formally report what's going on to Employment New Zealand. Then, once they've looked at your case, they'll give you something called an assessment letter. And that letter, that's the golden ticket. That's what lets you apply for the visa. Now, look, I get it. Hearing words like formal reports and government departments, it can sound super intimidating, right? Especially when you're already stressed out. But here's the good news. You don't have to figure all this out alone. And it is completely 100% normal to feel that way. You might be second-guessing yourself, thinking, is what's happening to me really exploitation? Or maybe you're just plain scared of what your boss might do if you report them. Those are totally valid fears. And this is where getting some expert advice can make all the difference in the world. You've got options like community law centers, unions, or specialized immigration consultants, like the one you see here. Their entire job is to help you understand your rights and walk you through the process, all in a safe, confidential space. And just look at the philosophy behind this kind of support. This isn't just about ticking boxes and filling out forms. It's about respect. It's about cultural understanding. It's about making sure your story is actually heard. When you're looking for help, this is the kind of care you absolutely deserve. All right, so let's bring this all together and focus on what taking that next step actually looks like for you. First and foremost, remember this. Your safety is number one. We're talking physical safety and mental safety. This whole process, this visa, it's all built around one single goal, getting you out of a bad situation and into a safe one, as fast as possible. But you know what? This is also about your dignity. Being exploited, it just strips that away from you. This process is about reclaiming your value, both as a person and as a worker. And finally, let's think about the future. Taking these steps isn't just about escaping one bad job. It's about protecting your chance to build a really positive future for yourself, right here in New Zealand.
So here's the bottom line. If any of this has sounded even a little bit familiar, please reach out. Making a confidential call to a service like this doesn't lock you into anything. It's just a safe, free way to get information and to finally understand what your options are. So, are you ready to get empowered? Because knowing your rights, that's the very first step. The path away from a bad situation and toward a much, much better one, it all begins with understanding your options. And now, you know exactly where to start.